Hello, Buddhas. Today we are going to talk about the one, the only, the singular thing that actually matters in the entire universe. Now, Buddhas, before we get started, I've got to let you know that I'm in a house coat and there is a playlist down below with well over 150 Buddha Billionaire videos that you can binge watch to accelerate your spiritual awakening. And I have no idea why my voice sounds like this, but I'm gonna roll with it. Now, what is the one thing that actually matters in the entire universe? Man, that sounds kind of epic. Well, it's your karma. And I don't necessarily mean karma in the sense of the physicality or the Hindu aspect or any of this kind of stuff. I'm just using it as a general term to describe what you put out to the universe. If I'm in a situation and someone does something to me that's not ideal for me, right? Let's say I'm driving through the streets and someone cuts me off. It's a really classic example. If I then react by having a really negative attitude towards them and hope that they get into a car accident, I'm putting out negative thought patterns and negative karma that I will then have to experience either in this life or in another. Sounds kind of detrimental if you ask me. On the other hand, if something happens where, again, you get cut off or whatever, and you're just like, oh, well, maybe he's in a hurry, or oh, whatever, I don't even need to think about it, or oh, I hope he gets where he's going safely. Well, immediately what you're doing there is you are paying forward the positive karma. And the reason that I believe this is so important is because if we take the idea that we are infinite spiritual beings having a temporary human existence, which I think is a pretty cool concept, it kind of helps with the whole temperance and temporarity of life overall. Maybe it's just a great coping mechanism, but if that is the case, and we are actually super powerful gods, right? Would it not be prudent to know how to use your power? I believe that it would be. And I believe that in this proving ground of Earth, where we are constantly interacting and constantly having what we consider to be a physical existence with other people, that if we can learn to use this playground and to stop wishing ill onto others. It doesn't even mean you have to actually commit the act. The physical committing of the act, whatever it may be, if you swear at someone, or if you go then and cut them off, or you honk your horn, you're like, man, I'm super angry. Well, that is just the fulfillment of karma. And when you fulfill the karma, hello kitty cameo, everyone say hi to Butterscotch. He's got all the lovely karma in the world. When you fulfill the karma, it's just being played out. You're actually not in charge of what's going on at that point. Hey, you want to poke me in the chin? So it's actually what you set up that matters more than anything. I'm going to put you down, okay? It's what you set up that matters more than anything else. If we follow through with transurfing to a certain light and that we are mannequins who are living out scripts, who writes the script? I believe personally that we are ourselves writing those scripts. It's self-fulfilling. So if I'm constantly putting out the negativity and this is wrong and this is bad and blah, 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 well, then I'm just creating scripts that ultimately, if I'm the only being in existence, or we're just one facet of an immense being that can't even be comprehended at this level, then I'm just creating scripts that are of a negative tinge. But if I always take the advantage method and I always use my time, my effort, my resources, my brain power, that's what it is, Buddhas. If you decide to use your brain power to generate thoughts that are of a positive nature that can then be experienced either by yourself or by others, you are creating the scripts and you are creating the universe in a positive light. And that is the only battle. That is what Neville Goddard talks about. That is what Kinda talks about. That is what all these enlightened spiritual people at whatever levels they were at whatever understanding they were at, what they're all talking about is the intention setting that you have and what you do. So, to recap all of that, because it kind of became a channeled message there at the end. What you put out is what you get. It's that simple. You are living a life that is pre-scripted, predetermined to a certain degree. You can wake up in that script, and when you do, when you're watching this kind of content and you're actually working on yourself, that's when you will have the realization that if you put out the negativity and be like, man, I really hope something bad happens to that guy over there because he said something mean to me, well, all you're doing is making something bad happen. Good job. Pat yourself on the back, you're a real blessing to humanity. But in the other light, if something bad happens to you, or something neutral or negative or whatever you want to call it, happens to you, and you say, you know what? I see where you're coming from, man. You're in a hurting place. You're in a bad place. I wish you all the love in the world. Well, Buddhas, you just flipped the script. You just found the advantage. You just thought in a positive light when you were presented with negativity. You are doing the work. That is the work. That is why we are here. That is how you are creating your reality. And now I have to go write all of this down so that I never forget it. Buddhas, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters, the only thing, other than rewatching this video because I think it's very important, the only thing that matters is that you love yourself. And why do I say the whole love yourself thing? Well, because wouldn't you want to imagine lovely things for yourself? Buddha. Buddha butterscotch. Ooh!